Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. Well, today and tomorrow in the services, I'm going to finally finish Acts chapter 18, and I'm going to begin to teach you about the work of a spiritual father strengthening the people of God and why this ministry is so incredibly important. We're going to have a great time tonight and tomorrow. Right now, I want us to go back to Isaiah chapter 43. Isaiah is one of those books where all those famous verses you hear comes from. Let me read you just a couple. Isaiah 43, verse 13. Yes, and from ancient days I am he. No one can deliver out of my hand. When I act, who can reverse it? I love that. No one can overrule God. God says, when I act, who can reverse it? This is the power of your sovereign God. But now, add that together with down at verse 18. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. That gets in the way of the things God wants to do now. When we're busy living in the past dreams and living in past revivals and living in the past blessings, that gets in the way of what God wants to do now. Forget the former things. Don't dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Things need to be perceived before they're seen. Things need to be perceived before they're seen. And that's what I want you to meditate on today. Oftentimes we feel in our heart God's beginning to do a new thing in our life. God's beginning to do something new in our marriage. God's beginning to do something new in our family. God's beginning to do something new in our career or in our business or in our church, in our spiritual life. And we begin to feel the stirrings of it. We perceive it long before we see it. Now, what you have to learn to do in life is when you begin to perceive God doing something, immediately begin to line up with that. Don't wait until you can see it with your physical eyes. As soon as you perceive it, as soon as you see it on the inside, begin to line up with God and what God is doing and begin to move toward this new thing that God is doing in your life. Because as soon as you get on the road, you're going to find that then you begin to see it. First you perceive it, then you begin to see it.